Hi, my name is Bethany, and I'm doing part 2 of my central core disease video. And this video is going to be more about the emotional component to having a muscle disease. So, my last video was about physical. This is more emotional. So, I want to show a picture. This is my dog, who wants to be part of this video, obviously. So, this is a picture of myself before. And I used to be a professional water skier. So, I went from being a professional water skier to not being able to drive my car. So, there's so many emotions involved in having a muscle disease. Helplessness is huge. I went out to the lake where I grew up, where that picture was taken, and when I got there, I realized I couldn't walk down to the lake, so my husband had to carry me. Then I realized I couldn't walk in the water, so my husband had to carry me out into the water. And then when I got out into the water, he put me down, and I sunk. I couldn't swim. I couldn't move my body underwater, which was one of the most helpless feelings in the world, because had he not been there, I would have just drowned. So I went from professional water skier to not being able to swim. And it's helpless. And there's little helpless things and there's big helpless things. Like, there's a helpless component of there's dust on my shelves and I can't dust them. And I see something that's messy and I want to clean it up and I can't. Or I want to go to the grocery store because all of a sudden I realize I don't have any noodles for my spaghetti, but I can't drive, so I can't go to the grocery store. So I'm completely dependent on everybody for everything. I have no independence whatsoever. I'm at the mercy of whoever wants to help me whenever they want to help me. So the big helpless feelings are my dog gets sick and I cannot take him to the vet. And I have to find someone to take him to the vet if my husband is working. And if I can't find someone, then I have a sick dog that I can't get help for. Or my daughter, if she gets sick, or if something happens to her, I can't take her to the doctor. I can't get help for her because I can't drive. And then having somebody take her to the doctor, if I want to go, that person has to be able to take apart this scooter, which the heaviest part I think is 15 pounds, but a lot of people can't lift it. So I have to have somebody who can take apart the scooter, and I have to have somebody who can take my daughter to the doctor with me. And that's a horrible feeling, because I'm completely reliant on other people for everything. If I want to go have lunch with a friend, then the friend has to be able to do everything for me. Take the scooter apart, put the scooter together, lift my purse, put my purse here, and I can't open bathroom doors. So if I'm out at a restaurant, somebody has to open the bathroom door for me, which is embarrassing. So there's the embarrassing component of not being able to open the bathroom door and then having somebody sit there and wait for you to go to the bathroom because they have to open the door for you to then get out of the bathroom. And I've been trapped in bathrooms more times than I can even tell you. That's a helpless feeling, being trapped in a bathroom. It's a helpless feeling not being able to take my daughter to the doctor. It's a helpless feeling not being able to just do little things. My husband went out of town with my daughter overnight, and I broke a glass on the floor. And I stepped on the glass, cut my foot, I was bleeding all over the floor. I couldn't clean up the glass, I couldn't clean up the blood, and I had both of my dogs that I didn't want to step in the glass. So I had to call everybody I knew until I finally found someone who would come over and help me. And it's sad. It's sad. I have friends with muscle diseases whose spouses have left them. I myself have had a lot of loss. I was a convenient friend before, because it's convenient to have a friend that can do everything with you. But when you stop being able to go out and meet them at the drop of a hat, then you're not really convenient anymore. So you find out who your friends are, and I found out that I really don't have have as many friends as I thought that I had. I have some long-term friends. Patty, Candy, Carol, who've known me my entire life. And then I've had friends for 10 years that they don't really want to see me in a wheelchair because it makes them sad. They don't want to come over and get me and take them somewhere. So I've lost them. There have been people in my family that are in complete denial that anything's even wrong with me. They haven't offered to help me do anything, and I'm completely helpless. And that's upsetting because I'm also very alone. I'm very isolated. And having a disease and feeling helpless is one thing. Being isolated is another thing. And then it makes you sad because you are isolated and you are alone. And then when I do go out, I'm really excited to go out, happy to go out, and I have to deal with comments. So I wrote down some of the comments. Oh, well, first of all, my daughter, my videographer here that's videotaping this, who also put some makeup on me today, so I look a little bit better. She made this sign for my scooter. Do not touch or pat me or my scooter. This is because, I'll take this off so it's not like distracting. People treat me like I'm a dog. People that don't know me will go, come by and pat me. They'll pat my head. They'll lean on my scooter as if it's a prop while they're talking to me. But my scooter is part of my body, and it hurts me. If their body weight is on it, and it's rocking me, it hurts my muscles. So like right now I have a blanket on my legs because I'm feeling fragile. Like when I'm in pain, when my muscles hurt, I feel cold, fragile, I'm hurting, so I feel defenseless. So if I'm out somewhere, that's another feeling, is feeling defenseless because a kid bumps into me, my knee could dislocate. I could break a bone because I have osteoporosis. Little dogs, that will run up to you. It's scary. It's scary to feel helpless, defenseless, vulnerable. So many emotions. But I'll go out. So I'll finally get out. I have someone, they're taking me out, going to lunch, awesome. So I go out. So then, when I'm out, I went to a department store, and they didn't want me to try on their clothes. So nobody would help me. I guess they thought I had some sort of germ that they might get. So I just want to feel normal. I'm out, I'm feeling normal, and then other people make me feel abnormal because they treat me differently. They pat me. The little people just patting me, which actually hurts me, causes me pain in my shoulders, in my neck. And it's intrusive. It's like the pregnant woman who someone just comes up and feels their stomach. Like, I don't want someone I don't know to just come up and touch me. But I'm kind of, like, vulnerable. So, here are a few things that I wrote down. You don't really need your scooter, it's only a few steps. So I'll take you to lunch. I'm not going to bring your scooter though, because it's just a few steps. Another one is, well, I saw you walking yesterday, so I don't think you're going to need your scooter when we go to lunch today. Because if you can walk around your house, I think you can make it into the restaurant. Nobody knows what I can and can't do. So just assuming that I can walk around a restaurant because they saw me walk 10 steps in a house, it's completely inconsiderate. So I'm constantly dealing with people that are inconsiderate. So then I feel like a burden because they're taking me out conditionally. Only if I don't take my scooter. Because if I have to take my scooter, well, you'll be okay, Bethany. You'll be okay. We'll just park you right outside front. You can just walk right in. Well, no one gets to make that choice for me. But if I want to go out, I have to go by their rules. So it's hard. It's very hard. I have strangers come up to me in my scooter and say, woman driver, huh? Do you know how tired I am of hearing woman driver, beep, 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 woman backing, watch out. Yeah, that wasn't it wasn't funny the first time I heard it. So like the 3,000th time that I've heard it, I don't want to hear it, but people have to say something. So I've had friends that I've lost. Because they've told me they don't like to see me sick. I don't want to see you on your scooter. I don't want to see you like that. Like, I want to remember you before. Well, I can't be concerned with how someone else feels about me being in a scooter. Imagine how I feel. I'm just excited that I get to be independent. The Muscular Dystrophy Association bought me this scooter because they're awesome. I get to be independent. And then I have to deal with everybody else's emotions about they don't want to see me in a scooter, and oh, they're going to crack jokes about me being a woman driver, and it's emotionally exhausting. So I'd almost rather sometimes just stay home, because then I'm not judged. I don't have to deal with any of these emotions of being out and being dependent on someone else and their conditions and of me going out with them. So it's very hard. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So I guess I just want to sum this up with saying, having this muscle disease, it's not just one component of I physically can't do something. It causes so many emotions for me, for my family. Fortunately, I have a husband who adores me, and I adore him, and I have a daughter who adores me, and I adore her, and so I have that support. And if I didn't have that support, I would be very isolated, I would be very lonely, and even with that support, I often feel extremely helpless and sad at my loss of ability to be like everybody else. So I've had to adapt, and I've done a pretty good job of adapting, but I still have a lot of emotions with this muscle disease. So I just wanted to share all those emotions with you. So that concludes my emotional component of having muscle disease.